Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
All right. So Liam's going to be joining me to cast the second game of this match. They in the rules that the teams are given the opportunity to change their roster between games, but then they're required to give an additional 5 minutes once the final roster is chosen to decide on pick ban, and then they do lobby pick ban.
If
Hello.
I must.
Hey Liam.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that we got to see pick ban as soon as it started. I thought there was still a 3-minute delay on that.
Sorry, I missed that. What?
I said I didn't know that we
no,
were
just
able to see pick ban as soon as it started. I thought usually you had to still wait the 3 minutes or whatever the delay is.
Yeah.
So
Let's make tracks.
So I think we're gonna have to wait 3 minutes until we can start spectating, but we can watch the pick ban at least.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what team from Feed to Fed on red side bans this game, because they spent 4 bans targeted at me, and I'm not playing this game. Looks like they banned the Kled. I don't know if you watched the last game, but the Kled was quite effective. Raveno was pretty good at it.
Yeah, in general, the past, I guess it was just last year when Clegg was available. It was very strong engage, and I feel like it enabled a lot of different team comps and enabled diving, similar to Sivir in years before that.
Yeah, for sure. It was pretty nice. That's pretty much what we were going for, was just the ham dive comp, and well, CyberSage doesn't really play Sivir much, so Clegg came in handy there.
Right.
Yeah, I've watched some of your other games, and I think I played with these guys a couple nights ago, where it was I forget what it was, but something like Galio and Olaf and a couple of other things. It was just absolute ham salad, just running straight into their faces. And the only thing,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only thing I could think of that could possibly save a team would be something like a Taric ult. As soon as you see that coming.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, historically in some of our practice games, Taric has been a little bit of a pain point if someone's actually good at timing that ult. Tends to be one of the more effective ways of shutting us down. Bard is pretty good too, but the Bard last game was not super effective at shutting down our engages.
So with respect to the bans, Zach is obviously a priority ban just because he's brain dead, and it's a long ass engage into any lane from places where you don't have vision. But the rest of them, why is your team target banning their jungler? What's the thought behind that?
Yeah, so what was going into this is what worked for us 2 years ago when we won the whole tournament. It was basically the same team as 2 years ago, with the exception of mid lane, where that person is no longer at Google, so we don't have him anymore. But our strategy tended to lean towards ban out the weakest player, not the strongest player. And the jungle on their team is one of the weaker players, and he plays only a few champions. So
he's back on Shyvana again too.
Yeah, exactly. So he only really plays 2 champions, which are Evelynn and Nunu, and then Udyr if those are not available. I guess we're seeing Shyvana if none of those 3 is available.
Yeah, it totally also makes sense to ban out both Evelynn and Nunu. They kind of changed the game a little bit. Evelynn being you need to have pink wards absolutely everywhere or wards at camps, and Nunu being the like I'm gonna run and take your jungle and make you as ineffective as I am.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice that so on purple side they feel the need to ban Caitlyn. Obviously we did last game too. Caitlyn's just super strong right now, and CyberSage is known to be a really strong Caitlyn. So it's nice to see that, because this actually frees up Cephas Mar. He's sort of known internally for only playing a handful of champions, and here he's basically allowed to, because they have to ban the 3 champions that they did.
Wait for you
At least
to
they
be
feel they
better.
need to.
I'm assuming that this is going to be Cephas Mar support with Vel'Koz.
I'll be honest, I am not positive what it's going to be. I'm even on this team, and I don't know exactly what the configuration is going to be.
So Cephas, he plays Tryndamere and Vel'Koz from what I remember, and that's it. That's
Kale and Jarvan as well. He was known most for playing Kale.
Okay. But yeah, I have seen him play Vel'Koz, and we just saw Stupor play mid Malzahar, so I think that's probably what's going to happen here.
I think that it's going to be Cephas Mar going mid. Stupor historically has played support. He's just messing around with mid this season. And we sort of picked him up to mostly play mid, but I think he's going to be going support. We'll see what happens. I'm actually interested to see what their last ban is. I was actually just discussing picks and bans, and I don't even recall what we said for second round bans.
What's left? They've got the AD carry and support up left on the red side, and AD carry and top left on the left.
Bard ban makes sense here. I would expect them to pick the Tristana here to deny Cyber Sage. Cyber Sage has been playing that a lot recently, has had good success. Oh, they'll go with the Lulu. That is interesting.
So they're probably going to look for Twitch or Kog'Maw then?
No, not Kog'Maw. I don't think Kog'Maw. I would expect to see a Tristana here, maybe a Twitch.
I think the Twitch is definitely likely given J4 and Lulu.
Yeah, that seems fine. Oh, actually, they'll go with the Tristana. I think Cyber Sage might be a little bit out of practice with the Twitch. He's been playing with Tristana a lot more lately, so...
Yeah, I would have taken it just to deny them, because it seems like a very dangerous comp.
Oh, man.
So this is going to be the Ravenite special, going Mordekaiser top.
So Ravenite, it's kind of a meme pick here, the Ravenite playing Mordekaiser top. He's been wanting to do it in a lot of our practice games, and we mostly say no, because it hasn't been super successful. But we'll see what happens.
Just within the past year, I've known him to play very weird picks. It seems like he comes back into the game to play whatever the hell he wants, and so Mordekaiser is sort of his flavor of the month, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, and 2 years ago when Tom Kench was released, that was his big pick. He played that for the entire tournament, drew bans almost the entire tournament. He was just crazy effective on it top lane, which is pretty funny to see.
Interesting that Cephas is taking barrier over exhaust.
Yeah, I think he tends to go more towards the barrier in general. At least I've seen that from him playing games. I actually very rarely see him take the exhaust. I do agree that it's kind of weird, because even if Jarvan roams down and goes in for a gank, the exhaust is still good on him. There's I guess actually you were right. It is going to be Cephas Mar is going to be the support here, and we've got Stupid playing Malzahar mid. This is not what I was expecting, so I'll be interested to see how this plays out. I don't know if I've ever seen Cephas Mar playing support. I assume he'll still go for the sort of, traditional solo queue Vel'Koz build where you just go full AP and try to kill people anyway, carry from the support lane, or support role rather.
Yeah, that's what I've seen from scouting him. I believe I've seen Vel'Koz played top, mid, and support. He's a very interesting OTP player in that respect.
Who is that?
Cephas playing
okay.
Vel'Koz in every lane.
Yeah, we actually he was not on my team last summer, and we had some rough games against him when he was playing Vel'Koz top. We had Bjensen, who's another popular top laner at Google for in-houses and just 5-mans and so on. He had a rough time against Cephas Mars, Vel'Koz. Mostly my fault, actually. In a few of the games, I ran up there for a gank and basically spoon-fed a double kill to him. It was no fun.
It always feels bad when you go in and you try to be helpful, and then you just give them a double kill and get them way the hell ahead on the other team.
Yeah. Luckily, we haven't really encountered that as much this year when practicing. It's been pretty nice. It seems like the game's a little bit more slow-paced, so it's tougher to have those really bad mistakes early on, or at least it's easier to recover from them.
So while we have the minute left, the last game I was kind of surprised that you guys were 5-man sieging in the bot lane instead of leaving Kled to go top. And because he was very ahead. I think he was like 50 farm ahead and like 3 or 4 kills ahead as well. It seemed like he could have easily pushed that in, and you guys could have taken advantage there. I mean, he does sort of have a global ult where he can run down. He did have TP until he wasted it into a bad fight, but
Yeah, so the rationale behind that was at that time, top lane was still pushing slowly anyway, so it was going to hit the turret at some point. So we still had, you know, a good 30 or 40 seconds where we could effectively siege the bot lane without having to send anyone top to deal with it. If anyone on their team went to deal with it, then we get a free turret and inhibitor. And also their siege was not good. They didn't have good wave clear. So we could basically just infinitely, you know, push waves into them. They would have trouble clearing, and we could at least poke the turret. We had 2 Mountain Drakes at that point, which is also really effective for taking the turrets. So with Jinx and Jarvan flag and 2 Mountain Drakes, we were just able to really quickly push down the turret.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they tried to engage on us to force something, but we were so far ahead at that point that it didn't really matter.
The only wave clear that I really saw was Renekton going in and clearing with his Q. Who was the mid laner on the other team last round?
Kassadin.
Ah, okay, yeah, then that makes no sense either. I was actually hoping that they would have kept Renekton around for team fights and sent Kassadin into a solo lane, but
I think
really
that would have been more effective because I think Kassadin was the only one on their team that even really had some gold. He had a couple of kills, and I don't think really anyone else did. So we'll see how this level 1 plays out. Usually in our practice games, this is actually like the first game where I haven't been playing. Usually in our practice games, it's I'm one of the people sort of trying to direct us at the level 1 phase. So I'll be interested to see what they actually decide to do. It looks like neither team really has a super strong level 1. If anything, I think red team has a slightly stronger level 1, but
and it's looking like red team is
it's not
pinging
very
out to fan out and ward.
Yeah.
And blue team is going to attempt a bot lane invade.
Yeah, so they're indeed just fanning out. We got top and jungle going to the top side. Oh, they're just looking for an invade. So they want to try to deny vision, it looks like. Blue side, Team GigaHypeBot Marines are looking to go in and maybe get some wards in, maybe a cheeky first blood. They've been spotted out by the Lulu. I think Lulu can get out of there pretty safely. Oh, there's a nice slow by the Velko. They won't really convert it into anything, though. All they ended up getting was a blue ward, or a blue team ward next to the blue buff.
And a couple of gold on the Velcos.
That's true, yeah. He went for the Spellfuse Edge, so he did get a little bit of extra gold from that.
Minions have spawned.
Overall, pretty inconsequential, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, Shyvana starts red. That would put her going bot
like she's
first.
running down to blue, maybe? Oh, no, she is indeed going to start red.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen this Shyvana skin before. Is that like a Star Guardian Shyvana or something? Or what is that skin?
Yes, that is Star Guardian Shyvana.
Interesting.
All of the Star Guardian skins I feel like have been underwhelming. Or Super Galaxy, sorry, not Star Guardian.
They missed an opportunity for some synergy here. There's no Star Guardian Lulu. They don't get the skin intimidation factor there.
FYI, I just have mine going on directed camera, so if you comment about something, I will have to try to find it very quickly.
Sure. Jungle pathing is pretty interesting so far. The Gragas looks like he started at the Raptors with a little bit of help from Malzahar. It's pretty good. You get the level 1 rather quickly, and then the rest of the jungle is pretty safe. Shyvana went for red, was going immediately to blue.
Yeah, the Raptor clear is pretty rough. It gives you a lot more XP than the other camps, but it also takes away a lot of your health as well. So it's good to start on that and then go straight to red. Again, like you said, it's very healthy clear.
These are mostly pretty even across the board still. CS bot lane is about even, mid lane roughly even. There's a small lead for the Malzahar. Top lane's mostly even as well. Pretty boring early game so far. Looks like Shyvana is going in for a gank in the mid lane.
Very deep, yes.
Oh, Mordekaiser might be in trouble here. He just got engaged on at level 3 by the Jarvan.
Looks like Malzahar is going to get away, and Mordekaiser as well.
There's a Gragas at the top. He just got worded out, so we won't be able to go in there and help Mordekaiser.
Looks like Stuper's gonna go back for maybe an early second Doran's ring.
And how much gold is he sitting on right now? He's got 500, 600? Yeah, so it can't be much more than that. Maybe a second Doran's with some potion.
Yeah, though the passive being unique on Doran's makes it a little bit unfortunate to try to stack. So you got an Amp Tome.
Yeah, he grabbed an Amp Tome and a refillable potion. He sold his other healing potion. Went for that. Grave Knight's maybe in trouble here. Jarvan engage on him again. Looks like he actually, looks like he's fine.
Okay, level 2 W gives him a pretty decent heal back up, especially when you capture a enemy champion inside.
So Mordekaiser is still a little bit alien to me. I know his heal works if he puts it on an ally and they connect to each other, but there's no allies near him. So how is Mordekaiser healing in this situation?
So
oh, actually, hold on. Looks like, oh my god, bot lane. Cyber Sage cut out of position, flashes out, and Twitch manages to get the expunge. Blows him up. Or sorry, contaminate is what it's called now. Blows him up.
For first blood on red team. So J4 is low on mana here. I don't ever really play J4 or have played against him. So do you have any idea what that matchup is like at all?
So I do know when J4 has no mana, he's mostly useless. This actually even happened to me a few times last game where I wanted to go in for some ganks, but the flag drag combo is 110 mana, or maybe it's 120, I can't recall. It's quite a bit though, so you need to always have like at least a 4th mana early on. And if you don't have that, you're not very useful. So if he's low mana, then Raven Knight definitely has the upper hand. But he just backed and teleported back in. Looks like he grabbed a longsword and boots.
So to answer your question about the Mordekaiser W, whenever he casts it, it'll either cast to a minion nearby. It looks like he's getting engaged on Shyvana coming up with a twin bite, and they're not going to be chasing anymore. So Mordekaiser can cast his W onto a minion, and whenever either of the two rings have a minion or an enemy champion in it, Mordekaiser will healing for more.
Wow, they just went for a gank. The Fizz roamed up top, and Raven Knight went in, and J4 jumped in. Fizz looks like he was a little bit late. I don't even know if he was there on time, if they would have gotten the kill. Looks like J4 was not expecting the damage that came through there. Raven Knight comes out with a kill pretty cleanly. Raven Knight now up 20 CS and 1 kill. So that's going to be a pretty tough lane for Jarvan at this point.
Surprised Fizz didn't stay mid and keep pushing to his advantage. As soon as he would have had 6, I think he would have been able to dive the Malzahar, him being just about out of mana.
That's a good point. Malzahar is a pretty strong counter to a lot of assassin-type champions. That's assuming that he's able to get his ult off before the full combo lands. Fizz is a pretty slippery assassin, so I think he's one of the harder ones to pull it off on. Looks like there's some action happening bot.
Yeah, the draw.
I don't think that's
really get caught up in the full combo.
It might go in aggressive here, but I don't think they can really afford to do that. I think 1 or 2 autos on the Vel'Koz and he would have gone down. Twitch taking some turret shots. It's gonna be pretty worse for wear after that. It's another pretty even in terms of health bot lane.
Yeah, you've got to watch out for that poison damage.
Shyvana actually getting pretty low from the red buff there. Finishes the smite, gets the heal. Yeah, you can see up top now. Superman's he's pretty afraid to get near the Mordekaiser. I don't think the Mordekaiser even backed after that kill. He's still sitting on 1,500 gold. Once he backs, it'll be a much harder lane for Jarvan.
Yeah, he just has so much sustain from his maxing W first, and he's also got all that extra AP on his Dark Seal currently.
Looks like we're gonna have a 4v4 bot lane here. The Vel'Koz almost goes down. He does go down. They get the ults. The Malzo on the Twitch who goes down. This looks like it's gonna be a wash for blue. It's 2 for 2 at the moment. I think if they get into a turret, they're fine. But I think Gragas might still go down. Never mind. Fizz took a couple of turret shots. Has to flash out to save himself. Fairly even trade bot lane there. I didn't see who the kills went on. Looks like 1 Vel'Koz, 1 Twitch, 1 Fizz, and was that 1 Lulu? Catching the
Oh, this
Gragas
does not
is
look good on Gragas here.
Fizz decides not to pursue that. I think if he kept going, he might have been in trouble. Just on there to back him up a little bit. I think Ravenite staying here on all this gold is pretty greedy. If I was him, I would push this in and then back. Looks like he uses his ult on the Jarvan, maybe just to spook him a little bit.
It looks like he's just looking to push the wave. So red team is getting a dragon off of this. Gragas did have to back. He was low going into his red and decided not to take it. And bot lane doesn't have any vision at all.
Got some continued trading up top. Ravenite's getting pretty low there. I don't think it really matters too much. Jarvan doesn't have the mana to really commit to a fight there. They're both actually about equal in terms of items right now. So proper fight could go either way, but I think right now Ravenite still has the advantage since he does not rely on mana. Bot lane, it looks like there's about a 10 CS advantage for the red team. That's pretty surprising because this blue side bot lane is actually pretty strong. I think it's one of the stronger ones in the tournament. Although I guess we haven't seen it with Cephasmar. But it is pretty impressive that Windsor and Vanguard have pulled ahead like that. Although actually, just this last wave, it looks like Cyber Sage is caught up a little bit. There's a little bit of an engage there. Cephasmar uses the knock up there to stifle that a little bit.
Yeah, Twitch is missing quite a bit of farm, trying to poke through these waves.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty sizable CS lead for the Malzahar mid. I think Fizz has maybe been spending too much time roaming. That might be a result of him roaming top when that kill did not convert onto the Mordekaiser. It's like Fizz is going in. We've got Shyvana coming down on the side. Ooh, flashes out. I think it's a clean kill. I think they get out of it. That's another kill for Windowbreaker. Definitely someone that blue team does not want to see having kills. A little bit of action top. Ravenite has to flash out of the J4 ult. Superman caught him right under turret. Oh, I missed it, but both top laners have backed. So now we got Ravenite bought his Rylai straight up. That's pretty strong. Got a TM out on Superman. Now that they've backed, I think Ravenite definitely has the advantage. It wouldn't surprise me if he just takes the turret right here. That thing is super low. Got a TP top from Stupor, I think just to secure the turret kill there.
Yeah, with all the vision bot lane, it's really hard for Shyvana to do much of anything there. She was sort of trapped between a bunch of wards. Even though she saw Gragas mid, bot lane would have been able to back before she would have gotten down to them. Fizz is TPing in.
TP's in, gets knocked up by the Vel'Koz immediately. Looks like there's nothing to really convert on there. See Ravenite stealing that red buff. Not really a big gain for him, but I guess it denies the Shyvana a little bit. So things have slowed down a little bit. Looks like maybe Gragas is trying to come in mid on the Fizz here. I don't think anything's really going to happen here. And he just uses his troll pull to get out of there. So looking at
Hey, get out! You don't have clothes on.
roughly 1,500 gold lead at the moment for blue side after that first turret kill. Oh, there's some action going on in bot. Gragas is maybe trying to force this turret, but we got a TP coming in from Jarvan. Gragas is just going to body slam over there. He looks to be pretty safe. I don't think anything else is really going to happen here. That dragon in a minute and a half. I doubt they'll stick around for that long. But they did manage to get the teleport out of the Jarvan. So now they have TP advantage for a few minutes.
Mordekaiser casually walking through top lane and taking all of the farm.
I've also had a request for the stream link. So what is the link?
I will post it in Discord. There you go.
And while asking for that, looks like there was a big collapse on the Mordekaiser there. Raven Knight goes down, handing over yet another kill to Window Breaker. Fizz might become a bit of a problem as this game goes on if he keeps getting these kills. He's actually bot lane. Looks like they're maybe going to go for a
spotted by the ward. Yeah.
Looks like there was a nice explosive cast, or not explosive cast, I can't even recall what this thing is called. Oh no, it is explosive cast into the Malzahar Stair of Doom. They actually managed to take down the Shyvana there.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous being on the front line. I think we're going to see that throughout the rest of the game. That if you are anywhere near the front line, Gragas is going to use the ult, and then you're trapped in Malzahar ult. Followed up right after.
So it looks like after getting that pick, blue team's now going for Dragon. I don't think that red team can really afford to contest this. So that's going to be an Infernal Drake going over to Team GigaHypeBot Marines. That's going to even up the Dragons. It's like Raven Knight's coming in for some moral support there. Oh, he's coming in for the Dragon. It's got the spooky Ghost Dragon. Looks like they're going mid. Maybe they'll push this down. The Ghost Dragon and the Tristana, they should take this pretty quickly.
With the Rylays on Mordekaiser, the Dragon's attacks will slow them, I believe.
That's interesting. I did not know that was an interaction. That seems quite powerful here.
I usually see people taking the Leandries, and so every time you get attacked, you will lose a % of your health as well.
So we just had the Fizz ult going on Tristana. Tristana jumped back and hit the Vel'Koz with it, almost taking out the Vel'Koz. We managed to take down the Ghost Dragon. I think this push has been successfily stopped. It's like everyone's going back to their respective lanes. Maybe just figuring things out.
Malzahar ult is coming back up. Twitch had to waste his to clear the dragon. And indeed, they are dispersing.
Although they did stop the push, they had to expend quite a bit to do that. They used the Fizzle, which I guess comes up fairly soon. Again, and the Twitch ult. Well, blue team did not really use that much. So I think if the fight breaks out, they have an advantage in that regard. Things are slowing down again. Team GigaHypeBot Marines got just a 1k gold lead, or 1200. It shrunk a little bit. Raven Knight might be getting caught out here. Fizz is coming in. Guess they'll change their mind on that. Fizz just he actually pulled ahead in farm. I'm not sure when that happened, but he's now up 10 CS. Almost every lane from feed to fed is now ahead, except for the top lane. The nice prediction on the knock up there on by the Vel'Koz. Oh wow. The counter attack right here, Tristana manages to take out Elena. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, there's a 3-man take of that mid turret. I think they'll just trade turrets here though. Tristana takes this really quickly with her in mind there. Although Fizz is teleporting behind him. He's got everything up. Tristana jumps in. That's maybe a misplay there. Tristana goes down immediately. It's now four people bot lane. Wow, Fizz takes down the Vel'Koz too. Nice Malzahar ult taking the with Shyvana while she's under turret, but this looks like it's just not working out for Team GigaHypeBot Marines. They give up another 3 kills to the Fizz. Raven Knight did manage to take the mid turret while that was happening, but I'm not sure that was really worth it. Gave up another 3 to the Fizz. He'll be able to one-shot people soon enough.
Unfortunately, he did not have the teleport there to help out. Gragas coming in on J4. J4 flashed away from the body slam. It looks like he's going to be safe. I feel like the J4 Cataclysm stayed up a bit too long. That really screwed over Shyvana there, being stuck inside of both Malzahar ult and the tower shots.
That's true. If J4 ult stayed up for another half second or so, Shyvana probably would have gone down. She was 1 hit from the turret from dying. And even after the Malzahar ult ended, she still took 1 or 2 after because of the J4 ult. So after that play, the gold lead has shrunk to only 600 gold. Team GigaHypeBot Marines is still slightly ahead, but if the turret's even up, then team from Feed to Fed will actually be ahead. Looks like they're trying to continue pushing in on this bot lane turret, but it's 3v2 here, so they might be in trouble if they push too far. Looks like they're going to back up, play it safe a little bit.
With all ults coming up, I imagine they're going to want to try to prioritize this bot tower from HypeBot Marines. Try to take that last outer down.
Looks like they might be catching the Lulu. I think Lulu's going to be pretty safe here, though. Yeah, nothing really happens here. He's a couple of ults. Maybe, oh, here comes Fizz in over the Dragon Pit. He misses his fish, so it's not going to hit anyone there. Meanwhile, Jarvan just dies. Vel'Koz and the Mordekaiser make quick work of that. Team GigaHypeBot Marines will probably take this bot turret now. Team from Feed to Fed is quite low, so they'll have to back up and heal. Just give this up. Dragon spawns in 1 minute. It looks like it's going to be a Mountain Drake. That's pretty strong, I think, for the for Team GigaHypeBot Marines. They've got more of the CG type comp, so I think they might want to prioritize that. Wow, they actually managed to take 2 turrets.
Yet another tower.
Fizz is in the flank, trying to maybe get a pick here. No, he's just going to back out. It's 1v4. He might be able to get one, but I think it's... Oh, wait. He might have caught the Vel'Koz here. I guess not. I think with his fish up, he could have just eliminated the Vel'Koz there. I don't know why he didn't go out on that. Instead, Vel'Koz walks in the bush, sees him, and walks the other direction.
Yeah, especially with Gragas cast down, it would have been hard to catch him out even after he had taken the Vel'Koz. Probably would have gotten away cleanly.
Yeah, I think he could have killed Vel'Koz with just ults WQ. I don't think he even needed to use his pole to really do any damage. I think he could use that to get out quite cleanly. Team GigaHypeBot Marines picks up that Mountain Drake. Now they're 3,000 gold ahead. I guess more like 2,500 gold ahead. After that fiasco bot lane from Feed to Fed.
But they haven't had a chance to back, and so I feel like this dragon is just going to be wasted. As they're all going to reset.
Oh wow, I did not realize, but the dragon not only procs Rylai's, but also Luden's Echo. Took about a third of Twitch's health with 1 auto there.
And it also heals off of Mordekaiser's W.
So Windbreaker jumps in with his ult there, does not connect on anyone. They might have caught the Shyvana here. Nexus uses his ult defensively to get out of there. He's safe for now. Maybe not though, the Mordekaiser ult's still ticking. The Luden's Echo procs, he gets it. At this moment, it looks like everyone's just kind of pushing their lanes out. Things have cooled off for a little bit after a few minutes of action. Twitch was stealth and trying to back. He has to back up. I don't think his stealth would have lasted long enough. Would have been risky if he stayed there. Lulu blast cones over to the Krugs, right where Mordekaiser is. He's not able to get her. Mordekaiser just continue pushing that top lane. Let's use the Shyvana Ghost there to chase down the Jarvan. Extra spooky. Mordekaiser taking turret aggro because of the Ghost. Takes a few shots for free. Shyvana getting caught out of position here. It's explosive cast into the Malzahar ult, but explosive cast doesn't knock him back at all. Shyvana actually lives. Twitch comes in with his ult, is able to take down the Gragas. Looks like Tristana's going down here too. Tristana flashes out.
On Tristana.
Seems to be safe. Fizz jumps in, gets the Tristana, but goes down himself. They finish the kill with the Malzahar. Ultimately, 1 for 3 there. That was pretty good. Sorry, I was wrong. 2 for 3 there. 2 for 3 from feed to fed. Vel'Koz picks up that little kill on the Lulu there. Still an advantage from feed to fed there. Team GigaHypeBot Marines now up 3,700.
Getting some mad stream delay here. The client appears to just be freezing for a second every couple minutes, and so I get just oh so slightly behind, and you'll say, oh, and Fizz gets the pick, and we'll see it just a second or two later.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so what is your in-game timestamp? I can try to sync to that.
No, it's cool. I will just keep trying to do my best and sync out of fights.
Okay.
So the red team was ahead early this game, and it seems as though through a series of good team fights, 2 dragons and a few outer towers taken down, blue team was able to pull it ahead.
Yeah, Team GigaHypeBot Marines is up 3 turrets right now, which pretty much is the 3,000 gold difference that you're seeing. So if From Feed to Fed is able to get those 3 turrets to even it up, the gold is mostly equal. And in fact, actually, top lane, we have Fizz going on the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is in trouble here. He might go down here. He flashes out, gets his ult on the Fizz. He looks like he's going to live. Jarvan's up there. He might go in on the Mordekaiser, though. Mordekaiser goes down. Shyvana's up there, dives in on the Malzahar. Malzahar goes down, too. That's a double kill for Jarvan.
It looks like they're going to attempt to take the tower rather than going for the Baron. We're waiting for Twitch to come back from the Nexus.
We do have 3 members of Team GigaHypeBot Marines to try to defend this. I don't think they will get there in time, though. It looks like From Feed to Fed just gets this top outer turret, mostly for free after that double kill. We have Vanguard clearing out some of the vision around Baron. They might be setting up for that. They'll take it pretty quickly. Twitch with a Blitted Rune King and Jarvan flag. They take that pretty quickly. And we also have the Shyvana with Blood Razor. That's a pretty quick Baron kill.
J4 misses the flag and drag there as Gragas body slams over the wall.
So From Feed to Fed just had their Lulu and Fizz back, and all of Team GigaHypeBot Marines is here around the Baron. Looks like they're just going to try to clear out some vision here. Just before this, team From Feed to Fed was pinging the Dragon quite aggressively. They might be going for that. It's a Cloud Drake, so nothing too important for either of these teams here.
Fizz does have TP, so I think it makes sense for him to split, try to take down those that one last outer turret.
Yeah, and Fizz does have his Lich Bane, so he'll take those turrets down really quickly. Gragas goes in for the body slam on Jarvan, but misses it. Team GigaHypeBot Marines is just pushing in here. Fizz has backed off from that bot turret. The minions might be able to take it. But GigaHypeBot Marines here is kind of surrounded now. Never mind, Fizz and Shyvana will sort of back off a little bit. Shyvana ults in, seemingly randomly. Fizz gets chunked out here. He landed his fish on the Mordekaiser trying to run away.
Looks like Fizz
Vel'Koz manages to get his laser on Mordekaiser's ult.
Raven Knight gets the minion. So we have a 6v4 coming in on mid tower here.
Once they have minions, this thing will go down fast. Tristana's
Elena's in the
explosive
shower
shot
and it
will
just
just
kind
take
of
this out
stops.
real quickly.
Shyvana's deciding to sneak the dragon and let them have that inner mid turret.
I'm not sure this is a worthwhile trade for Team from Feed to Fed. This is now, what is it, 6v3 with the Fizz Ghost?
Definitely not
Just
if
pushing in on this turret.
this were solo queue, I'd say tilting, but I can't imagine that this would be the call for the team.
Gragas catches the Jarvan with a body slam and explosive cast. He goes down. This is going to be a free inhibitor for Team GigaHypeBot Marines. So Team from Feed to Fed traded a couple of kills, 2 turrets, and an inhibitor for a Cloud Drake.
Worth.
And they didn't even say worth in all chat, so definitely not worth.
So it looks like they're going to back off and reset, probably come back up and attempt to get some vision on Baron, I imagine.
Yeah, it looks like Team from Feed to Fed is already there. Vanguard's there trying to clear out vision as best he can. He walked over a pink ward and that bush didn't take it out. Now he sees it. He's gonna get rid of that control ward. He actually has a control ward himself. He hasn't placed down. Maybe he's waiting it for the coming fight.
I think he knew that the team was not going to be there to have any control over it.
Looks like Mordekaiser's in the bot lane, just shoving that out. He's got his teleport, so if the fight breaks out, he can be there. Fizz is going down to match him. Fizz also has his teleport. The next fight will make a really big difference in how the game plays out. Both teams seem to be very late game, scaly type teams. And Fizz, being as far ahead as he is, he can, if he gets a good fish on, say, the Tristana or the Vel'Koz, he can just take out a threat immediately, really turn the tide. Team GigaHypeBot Marines sort of just clustered around Baron. Mordekaiser has left the bot lane to come up to that. So Fizz is going to get this bot outer turret pretty much for free.
It looked like he wanted to back and buy. He has a very large buy right now. But he did decide to stay.
Actually, Team from Feed to Fed, they've got to back and buy some stuff soon. They're sitting on a lot of gold. Windowbreaker is sitting on 2,600 gold. He's going to back right now. He's probably going to finish his Zonias. Yep, he does finish his Zonias. So that Fizz is going to be a lot tougher to kill in team fights now. Team from Feed to Fed's a little bit out of position here, though. Fizz and Shyvana are just coming in. They might be able to get this turret before they get there. We might see a fight break out here, though. Garvin's posturing like he wants to go in. Vel'Koz slows it. Not able to get in there. Vel'Koz is poking a little bit, but ultimately not doing that much damage.
Again,
I
it's
was a
pretty
little
awkward.
bit mistaken. He didn't just build as a full AP. He is going some support.
So it is pretty awkward again how their top laner is the majority of their wave clear. Doesn't seem like Twitch is doing very much at all, and Jarvan's coming in with the Titanic.
That's true again. Yeah, they are lacking in the wave clear department for sure. Jarvan is probably their best source of that. So if they just keep up the siege, I think Team GigaHypeBot Marines is able to take down this turret. They actually have to send Windowbreaker mid to deal with the super minions.
And even bot
Otherwise, they'll end up
lane,
losing the Nexus turrets.
bot lane was left in a pretty terrible position. That's going to be pushing out very strong in just a couple of minutes. So they should be able to siege this and go straight to Baron. Or continue the siege.
Yeah, I think your suggestion is better there, but it looks like they will get caught in the jungle here. Shyvana jumps in. Maybe just knock up the dragon. Jarvan jumps in, uses his Cataclysm, has to flash out. Gragas is about to go down. He goes down. Shyvana gets the kill. Aldahar gets a great ult on the Fizz there. He goes down himself. 2 for 3 so far in favor of Team from Feed to Fed. Jarvan manages to make it out by the skin of his teeth. We just see Tristana and Vel'Koz slowly walking away. Team from Feed to Fed has to help their Nexus here, or it's in trouble.
Face checking is bad, as we just been demonstrated. Even if you're a large Gragas.
Solo queues taught me anything, it's that face checking is the only option 100% of the time. So the gold lead is now 2,000, even with Team GigaHypeBot Marines having 4 turret advantage. So team from Feed the Fed is actually pulling back here a little bit, pulling themselves back into this game. This is definitely a very different game from the previous one.
Twitch is on his 3-item power spike at the moment, so the next couple of team fights should be pretty deadly from that perspective. Unless he gets caught. That's a good point.
Twitch has got 3 items, and Tristan is sitting on 2.5-ish. It's like Tristan is working towards the Bloodthirster. They definitely have the advantage there.
Looks like they're going to split up a bit.
Kind of wandering towards Baron. I don't think they actually want to just start it up. I think they were just checking to see if from Feed the Fed had started it. They didn't have any vision of the pit. Pinging out Dragon. I think they're going to head down there. Team from Feed to Fed actually pinged Baron. They might be heading there. They've got a very fast Baron kill.
They also have vision of the Dragon pit, so they'll be on it as the Dragon has started. We'll see how this goes.
So Team GigaHypeBot Marines picks up that Cloud Drake, but I am pretty sure from Feed to Fed's going to get this Baron uncontested. This is not a good trade for Team GigaHypeBot Marines.
Even so, this may turn into a 5v5 with the Dragon on Hypebot's team. Nope, they're just going to take it straight up mid.
Yeah, so they use the Dragon to interrupt a few of the backs there. It looks like they're maybe going to go in for this inhibitor. Fizz is behind them here. He might be able to get a good flank off here and kill one of the carries. So team from Feed to Fed actually has a 1,000 gold lead now after that Baron. It's like Twitch is going to take out that dragon again. Twitch has killed more dragons than anyone this game. It's like Fizz is still on the side there looking for some flanks. Shyvana now has the ult, so they've got decent engage with Jarvan and Shyvana jumping into the back line. Twitch's stealth. Maybe they're looking to engage a fight here. I think they missed their window though. They're not gonna really commit to that. Bot lane is in trouble though. Tristana's going down to fix that. With Tristana down there though, they can just engage mid and maybe get this turret. Gragas takes a little bit of damage, nothing too severe. Redemptions come down, healing the teams up. Meanwhile, Fizz is kind of just split pushing the top lane again with that Baron buff. This is actually pretty bad for Malzahar if he goes to match. He's down 3 levels at this point.
I believe at this point they would have to send probably 2 people to try to match the Fizz.
Yeah, for sure.
Which means a free tower in either lane.
One more.
Looks like Gragas may have cut out the Twitch. Twitch flashes out. Oh my. A great combo by Jarvan. Knocks up 4 people.
Knocking up Vilcos as he begins his ult as well.
This might even be the game here for from Feed to Fed. They've got Baron buff. They're all 5 up. They've only got the Mordekaiser. If they walk down the minions, I think they can get it. It's going to take them a while to kill this turret, but I think they can do it. Shyvana has to back out, taking too much damage there. Push in. They're going to take this mid inhibitor. Yeah, I think they can just push and end. Looks like they're going to go for the top turret instead, though. Maybe a slightly safer play.
Not without the minions there.
Fizz gets the ult on the Mordekaiser there. He uses his Zhonya's, flashes out. Gets polymorphed by the Lulu. He's going to go down.
Potatoes.
Team GigaHypeBot Marines is respawning at this point, but it's still going to be a 45 if they try to go in on that.
Looks like they're going to reset with the 2 inhibitors down.
Wait.
So I know that Trundle used to be able to bite towers. Can Shyvana use her twin bite on towers? Do you know?
I think that's still the case. I think that Shyvana gets the double hit on that.
Because I guess her bite isn't her her mouth; it's her claws.
Yeah, she double punches it.
Yeah.
So after that series of events, team from Feed the Fed has indeed gone from Feed in the last game to Fed this game. They are up 7,500 gold. Really turned this game around quickly.
Again, what you were saying before, it looks like both these teams are very late scaling, and they are both very dangerous comps to fight into. So we're going to probably see one last bloody battle before this game ends.
Yeah, Team GigaHypeBot Marines can't really afford to leave their base too much now, though. They're down 2 inhibitors. There aren't too many neutral objectives to take. Next Dragon's not for 2 minutes. Baron's not for a couple of minutes. So I think team from Feed to Fed is really going to have to just push it on the spot lane. They can just play it slow and get that turret once the super minions come in on the top and mid lane.
I wish they were.
I think Team GigaHypeBot Marines' main way out of this game is to just get a pick on one of the carries from team from Feed to Fed, and then just really convert that into other objective. Team from Feed to Fed is mostly grouping up though, so I think that's not going to be an easy task. Flash is down from the Twitch now, so if Gragas gets a good flash body slam into explosive cast, they can maybe get it. I think it's going to be tough for Team GigaHypeBot Marines to pull this off though. Ooh, from Feed to Fed's now pushing in on that turret.
Got supers coming in from the top lane as well. Fizz is staying mid.
Yeah, Fizz is still just split pushing with those super minions in the top lane. Mordekaiser goes to deal with it. Shyvana jumps in on the Tristana, but actually goes down here. Redemption heals him a little bit. Scooper gets the ult on the Twitch, but Twitch is able to get out of there. Ultimately 1-for-1 right now. Fizz whiffs his ult. Tristana flashes onto it and dies. What a misplay by the Tristana. Fizz goes down to the Vel'Koz. 2-for-4 at the moment. Vel'Koz has to retreat. The support, he's gonna go down to the Twitch. He's gonna die here. Oh, he makes it to the. He makes it down. He is safe. The Team GigaHypeBot Marines base is in shambles now. That's the 3rd inhibitor. They got super.
They don't even need this inhib. They just push mid, and that's gonna be the game.
Yeah, they'll just be able to win unless Cephas Mar busts out some heroics here.
This is very greedy on the Feed to Fed side here.
I don't think it matters at this point. They get those 3 inhibitors, they go in there, they march in, they kill the Nexus.
Yeah, the game is too late, the death timers are too high, and Feed to Fed takes the game.
Well played by from Feed to Fed. They were behind a little bit early, and then through some pretty good fights, they came back quite strongly. I think GigaHypeBot Marines was not able to come back into that game.
Yeah, it seems like they were actually ahead a little bit early, and the early to mid game rotations, bringing down those towers, Hypebot was able to pull through, and through a course of some really terrible team fights and objective losses, Feed to Fed was able to pull through and win in the end.
I think in that last team fight, if the Tristana hadn't flashed onto the Fizzle, it might have been able to have been turned around there. But losing their big carry right at the end was definitely not in their favor.
It looked like she was just standing on right on the edge of the Fizzle, and I'm not sure if she just didn't realize what the range was or didn't see the particle or what have you. But yeah, that was a total misplay on her part. Well, that's going to be the second of the best of 2. So the teams are going to go 1-1, each getting 1 point, and they're going to continue with the round robin for the next 5 weeks.
Yep. Yeah, so had they gotten the 2 wins, would have been, I think, 3 points. That's what the rules say. But each team will be picking up 1 point for this week. And there are, 6 teams in each division? Is that right?
Yes. So there are 3 games per division this week for a total of 12 games.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how some of the other games go. Were some of the other teams in Division 1 playing this evening? Do you know?
So there were at least 6 games going on tonight, I believe, maybe more. There was only 1 reschedule from Division 1. And I'm surprised that nobody has reported match history from any of the other teams, though I believe that these 2 teams started a little bit early tonight.
Just looking right now, I know one team captain was Raka Laka Lili. Looks like they won their first game against Knights Like This team. I don't see second game though, so that might just be the one they've played so far. Don't know their team names, unfortunately.
So what do you think about the Tristana pick? I really feel like it was obvious that they were setting up for the Jarvan Lulu Twitch combo, and for whatever reason they just they picked Tristana and let the Twitch go through.
I think the Tristana pick itself was fine. I think both team comps were actually pretty good. I think it was just that execution was lacking on the part of Team GigaHypeBot Marines. The team fights were pretty messy. They seem to have fallen behind and were not able to really recover. I think the Mordekaiser worked out well early in laning. He was able to, kill the Jarvan and get ahead by quite a bit, but then he fell behind later on. He's mostly walking around, not getting kills or farm as much anymore. I think instead of the Mordekaiser, I would have liked to see something like a Camille. I know that's something Raven Knight's been playing a lot. If he had Camille, he could have dove on the Twitch more effectively, or dove on the Fizz and prevent the Fizz from getting around using the Hextech Ultimatum. I think that would have been a more effective pick and maybe could have turned it in Team GigaHypeBot Marine's favor a little bit more. But I think ultimately it came down to just execution. From Feed to Fed really played the mid and late game really well here. They pulled ahead quite strongly.
All right, well, I will let you get back to your team if you want to debrief with them. Thank you for casting the game. I know it's interesting casting your own team, and you said this was kind of your first time, but I thought you did a great job, way better than me. So
cool, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna go rejoin with them and talk about the game. Then.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks, man. All right, and that's going to be the end of the stream as well. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I might have some other people on my friends list to spectate, but I think that's all I'm going to be watching for this evening. So, GG's, and I'll see you on Thursday for our match. It's going to be ELO Improvement Plan on the red team versus Petabyte Marines on the blue team.